What's up my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger here, and welcome to a discussion video which actually was inspired thanks to you guys, because although the Sun and Moon anime isn't as bad as we might thought, there are still some major problems with the anime when it comes to the development of certain characters. So that's why I decided to take a quick look at the Sun and Moon gang itself, and well, there are some clear problems already within the gang. First of all, it's more than obvious that the gang is divided into two groups. The members who get the most development, which are Ash, obviously, Lily and Kiave, and on the other side we have members who barely had any development at all, aka Mallow, Lana and Sophocles. Ash is of course the main protagonist and therefore gets the most amount of screen time, so we really don't have to question his role in the anime. The fact that Lily gets so much focus is also not really surprising at all, since in my opinion the Sun and Moon games concentrated more on the story of Lily and her family rather than the story of the player. And the anime also concentrates a lot on Lily's backstory in regards of her family as well, which also is most likely the reason why she is so scared of Pokemon. What actually surprised me is Kiave, out of all characters, got an actual good and serious progress of story in only few episodes. We saw different aspects of his character and his lifestyle, and that he's not only a badass but also a responsible guy who helps out his family during the day and trains with his Pokemon during the night. He barely has any free time but still finds a way to interact with Ash and the others, and in my opinion that's just really admirable. But now let's tackle the main problems of the group, which are Mallow, Lana and Sophocles. Do they have such potential as well? Will they get any proper development? What is their function in the anime? Out of the three people, I see the biggest potential in Mallow. And before you angrily type something like, oh, you only say that because you prefer Mallow over Lily and Lana, then you should shut up and listen. At first, even I thought that Mallow would end up just like Lana and Sophocles with barely any focus at all. Hell, her very first major episode is episode 18. But why do I think otherwise? Well, in one of my reviews, I stumbled upon a really interesting comment which told me that with Mallow, they are using a different kind of character development. They don't really develop her with an episode or by showing development, but they slowly and indirectly characterize Mallow through her actions. By watching over Lily, it's clear that she cares for Lily like a sister. By teasing Ash once in a while, she also shows a little bit of interest in Ash. By helping Ash in episode 1, despite not knowing the guy beforehand, she shows that she's willingly helping strangers, and then we have the obvious traits like cooking and loving Pokemon. This one comment right here changed my whole view about Mallow, and therefore I'm so damn thankful that I actually interact with my subscribers, because subs are not only numbers, they are actual people who not only for a majority of the time agree with you, but they can also provide you with some interesting feedback. Thank you guys are the best. But although this indirect characterization is really awesome to see, Mallow still needs a dedicated episode, because if not, she would end up as a character who only supports and never shines in the spotlight herself. And that's why, please, Pokemon Company, please, make her episode great, so that Mallow can come over to the character who actually means something and that we can relate to. Even if she will end up being a slow but great developed character like Dawn, Serena or Barney, then I would welcome that as well. Just give Mallow the great episode she deserves. But let's tackle the two problems of the group, Lana and Sophocles. First of all, you can tell me whatever you want, but my opinion won't change. Their dedicated episodes sucked. Already two of the most horrible episodes in the Sun and Moon anime, and both were character episodes. But what was the problem with those episodes? Lana's episode, aka episode 5, was all about how much she loves fishing, that her goal is to bond with every deep sea Pokemon by using Poplio's bubble, so that she was able to encounter them underwater, a little backstory of how she encountered Poplio, a little introduction of her sisters, and that's it. We don't get anything else. What I listed sounds like much, but just like her goal itself, everything has been handled really superficial. Her goal is less superficial than Misty's, thank God, but we don't get any details about other stuff. What is her relationship with her sisters, except for the fact that they like teasing her? Why does she like fishing? Is the fishing somehow connected to her goal? Why does she have a Napoleon complex? The only thing which has been handled good is the backstory with Poplio, which is still a really generic one. Poplio has been bullied, mistreated, Lana saves it and then bonds with her. Like nearly every Pokemon Ash catches, Froakie, Tepig, Charmander, Chimchar, etc. Therefore, I hope for Lana that we get a little bit more insight about her goal. Maybe a little bit more insight about her relationship with her family, and maybe we will get an even deeper bond between her and Poplio. But if her progress goes on like this, in this superficial and unfocused way, then I don't see any hope for Lana. But I still look forward of what the Pokemon Company will do with Lana, and I hope that she will get the development she needs. And now, I have saved the best, or the worst, for last, which is Sophocles. I don't even know how to start with this guy. Without any doubt, his episode was the worst episode yet. What did we learn from this episode? That he's basically a second Clement. Hell, even Bulbapedia says that he likes ice cream, that he's scared of the dark, and can only overcome that fear with his Togedemaru. The end. That's it. Finito. Nothing more. With this episode, it's so clear that the anime doesn't give a damn about Sophocles. There are several points to prove that. First of all, even the game doesn't give a damn about him. His trial was the easiest one out of all trials. Even the Z crystals who didn't even had a trial were more difficult because you had to search for them. But this trial was basically non-existent. He just gives you a quiz and then you had to face his totem Pokemon. That's it. And if the game doesn't give a damn about him, then why should the anime? Second point. Speaking of trials, Kiave, Mallow, Lana and Sophocles are supposed to be trial captains, but since the first trial in episode 9, we have witnessed that this trial is not guaranteed, because we haven't seen Ilama in the normal type island trial. Luckily, Kiave's trial and his clash with Ash is guaranteed. Not only because Professor Kukui has foreshadowed a clash between Ash and Kiave, but the mere fact that he possesses a Firium Z crystal makes a battle with Ash unavoidable. And because of that, I hope that both Lana and Mallow will get a trial as well, to boost their focus. But here comes the kicker when it comes to Sophocles. In the game, he's the trial captain for the Electrium Z crystal. But in episode 10, where Ash came out victorious against Kahuna Hala, he was supposed to get the Phytium Z. But what did he get instead? The Electrium Z! The one thing which would have made a potential development for Sophocles. With this one move, the anime not only has gave Ash the Electrium Z, but at the same time, they gave a huge slap to the face to Sophocles. I mean, so far, everything this one character attempts is a failure, from serious moments until comedy. And now they stripped off that one function he might have had. So, what is the function of Sophocles? I will tell you the sad reality. The one function of Sophocles is to promote his Pokemon, Togedemaru. Togedemaru is like one of those kind of cute Pokemon who basically are a copy of Pikachu. A cute electric mouse-like Pokemon like Dedenne, Emolga, Plusle and Minun. And in my opinion, they obviously just shoved Sophocles into the group to promote that one Pokemon, to promote merchandise. And that is the most saddest thing I have ever seen so far. That a main character who has no personality, no outstanding design, no goal, and no main function in the anime is only there, only exists because of merchandise. I have never seen a character in both games and anime this mistreated. And in my opinion, the anime must pull out something outstanding, like beyond Bonnie and Zygarde level of outstanding, to save this character. I mean, Bonnie's character development was awesome before, but with the inclusion of Zygarde, she became one of the most well-written characters in anime overall. But with Sophocles, I have no hope. I still have a lot of hope for Mallow and Lana, but this one character, the anime had a chance to give this character a personality and to make him more likable compared to the games. But to be honest, they even made him worse. And I see no light at the end of the Sophocles tunnel. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this discussion. And just like always, see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!